Now in this video, let's try to understand how authorities actually function in India. Let's take an example of Rajiv Gandhi's assassination case of 1991. On 21st May 1991, Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated by a group who are affiliated to LTTE. The old man was picked up from his house and put in the jail, and his name is called as Perari Valan. Now Perari Valan was picked up and he had to confess to a lot of things that he had not done, because I'll tell you why. And he started confessing it to the police officers. Now, under IPC section, that is Indian Penal Code section, any admissibility or any confession to the police officer is not admissible at all, as per the Indian Evidence Act. But to get away from this, TADA charges were invoked on him, that is terrorist and disruptive activities were invoked on him. And here, any confession to the police officer who is not below the rank of superintendent of police can be admissible as per the records. Now, these confessions were made and recorded and kept in place. Now, in the meanwhile, an MC Jain committee came up with a report and placed it in the parliament, saying that there were huge amount of gaps in investigation of the CBI. So to get out of this, the CBI came out with another committee, that is MDMA, that is Multidisciplinary Monitoring Agency, in 1998, which actually started investigating in this case. Now, MDMA has been submitting a lot of reports over the past 2 decades and has repeatedly and consistently been telling that Perari Valan, the 19-year-old guy who was picked up, is not involved in this investigation. Now, if he's not involved in this investigation, why is he still part, or why is he still languishing in the jail? That's the question. Now, now confessions were made to the police officer. Now, this police officer, who is the SP of the CBI, his name is Tyagarajan. In 2013, he said that those confessions that were made were not recorded properly and there were some mistakes in it. In 2017, he made a sworn affidavit to the Supreme Court saying that the purpose of getting a 2 9-volt car batteries was not known to Perari Valan. And this confession was not recorded or omitted completely from the recordings of the 90s. Now, Supreme Court, with such good stature, it removed the TADA charges, that is the terrorist activities and disruptive the activities charges were removed, and only IPC charges were retained after that. Now, with all this, Perari Valan knows that he did not do it on purpose, or he did not know why he was procuring the batteries. So in 2015, he actually submitted an application to governor for pardoning his death sentence. Now, governor, under Article 161 of the Constitution, through aid and advice of the Council of Ministers, who are part of the state ministers, has the ability or has the power constitutionally to pardon Perari Valan. But governor did not do anything with it and sat on it for the next 5 years. Now, in the meanwhile, the Perari Valan also submitted an application to the centre asking for remission of the charges that were put on him, that is the life imprisonment charges. And here also, the centre completely rejected his request. Again, in December 2020, another application was filed, and the centre said to the Supreme Court that President has the power to actually pardon Perari Valan. Now, we just saw that under Article 161 of the Constitution, Governor has the power under aid and advice of Council of Ministers to actually pardon. But here the centre is saying that President has the power. Now, again, on Jan 2021, that is on Jan 21st of 2021, the centre told the Supreme Court that Governor is going to take a call. So earlier it said President, now it is saying that Governor is going to take a call on this. Now, on Feb 4, that is day before yesterday, because today is Feb 6th, Governor said the centre submitted another affidavit to the Supreme Court saying that Governor is going to decide, but it is the final call of the President on pardoning power. Now, here constitutionally there is a provision which says that Governor has the power to pardon, but again and again there is dilly-dallying of dialogues between centre to between Governor and President, and also to the Supreme Court. So this mix-up of things that usually common people do, it is being done by authorities in highest echelons of power. It is so, there's nothing to feel bad about when you make a mistake, something that we can carry it forward from here. Now, in the meanwhile, Perari Valan, being in jail for the past 30 years, has completed his BCA degree, has completed his MCA degree, both from Indira Gandhi National Open University, and also has a dozen of certificates under nutrition, under managerial skills, and also in two-wheeler mechanics. So this is something that he's been doing in the jail, not wasting his time. And he seems to be well educated right now, and he's gone ahead and written a book also called as Appeal from the Death Row, where he says, or he talks in a very depressing note, that his life has been wasted being languished in jail. Now, it is clearly visible here that the confession that Perarivalan made to the police officer was manipulated or was not recorded properly. Second is, nobody knows the origin of the bomb. And third is, the MDMA committee that the CBI had constituted has never taken Perarivalan into confidence for the past 2 decades, and he's still in the jail completely. And like we said, that MDMA of the CBI has been repeatedly telling that Perarivalan is not part of the investigation at all. Yet he has been cruelly put up in those four walls inside the jail. So this shows that the authorities have something called as a constitution, where complete proper provisions being written, and also it has laws and rules where the authorities just have to act according to it. And also under Article 14 of the Constitution, it clearly states that everybody is equal before the law. Now, had Perarivalan been from highest echelons of power or part of some good family, influential family, he would have been probably out of the jail long back. But because of the poverty, because of the poor family background, people like us and people who are common have to face the brunt of these authorities and the confusion that these authorities create in executing their orders. So this is how authorities have been working, and this is one such example as part of Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, please press the like button. Thank you.